Okay, guys, you ready? Get in, say what you have to say, and then get out. If they found out we were here during off hours, they would kill me. Come on, get started. Let's go.
Hey, Jordan. Sorry I'm gonna miss the kiddish. All the food. I love the nosh. This isn't hollow. This is Doritos, but they're delicious. Anyway, congratulations, L'chaim. For today, you are a man. And unlike your father, you'll be able to take it like a man when the Chiefs come back to Denver and kick the Broncos' asses up and down the front range of the Rockies. Ah! Hey, Jordan, on behalf of the Patriots, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kenashenu b'tzivata v'tzivanu.
Time's up, pal. Let's go. Come on, hurry up.
I'm done. Done.
Hey, Todd, where do I put the quarters in? I mean, you promised me feet videos in here. What the hell is this?
I don't think all of these are gonna work. Hey, Pope Francis, how are you? Thanks so much for getting back to me. Is there any way you can swing the Pope-mobile over to Milford? That'd be great, thanks.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple: C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Collins for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles. They are the Danets in Milford, Connecticut. The weekend has come and gone, and it is official. Jordan Fritz is now a man. One of the most anticipated portions of this celebration was the athlete and star-studded movie star packed video. How about this, McLovin? Who was the stiffest and looked the most uncomfortable on this video?
Wow, I don't want to. These are all friends.
Not really.
James Caan started off a little stiff and then sort of loosened up a little bit.
That was an odd one.
Yeah.
James Caan was odd.
Matt Ryan was kind of boring because he's always kind of boring. Wow. So let me see.
Blumenthal was sort of like, all right, it's a little
Blumenthal took it a little too seriously.
Deal. Okay.
You know, who was stiff? There were a couple guys who.
Vince Carter was a little stiff. It was great that
he was no, but he had a smile on his face. A lot of people were like clearly had to pause before they said Mazel Tov because somebody fed them the line, and they're like, Mazel Tov.
Well, I got to tip my hat to you, Todd. It took some chutzpah to reach out to some of these people, but you had two that didn't show up. If you could have had Peyton Manning or Barack Obama, and it was only going to be one of them, who would you want on that video?
Ooh, wow. You know what? As much as Jordan would love, because we're big Bronco fans, I think there's something about it. If you can get the President of the United States, nothing against Peyton Manning, although I might put Elway slightly ahead of President Obama. We'd probably go Elway, President Obama, and then Peyton Manning if I
Todd,
had a shot at those.
There's no videos that didn't make the cut, are there?
There was one video, the one that ruined the whole surprise in the first place. Do you remember who that person was?
Dan Marino.
I know this. The I-Team has a report. I held on.
I thought it was Dan Marino.
I hope he's not watching this right now because he might get offended because he went out of his way twice and both times they weren't airable. It was just
Well, I found out a piece of information that I interviewed your son Jordan at the party briefly when I was congratulating him. And Chris Berman was the one that he kind of had an inkling that was coming.
That's funny that you said that because he admitted to me in the hotel late Saturday night after party. He goes, that's one thing I have to get off my chest. And he didn't mention that he told you, but he said, I was going through your phone and I was helping you get the FanDuel app or whatever I couldn't figure out. And he saw an email there and he actually, not only did he see it, he played it. And then he first lied and said, I just want to play part of it. And then he said, no, I played the whole thing.
He's a good kid because he told me some stuff and then we were talking for a minute. And he goes, don't tell my dad. He goes, I'm going to tell him later. And he told me he was going to tell you later. He goes, I saw the Berman video. And he goes, but you know what? I didn't look at the rest of them, but I'm very excited.
But then I said to him, so what were you expecting now that you knew there was a video with Chris Berman? He goes, I thought maybe because he used to work at ESPN, there'd be a few other ESPN people. And
no one in their right mind would expect that.
Right, and maybe a few NBC Football Night in America people because of Dan.
Of course.
That maybe you...
You would expect that.
Right. So he thought that much maybe would be on the video. So.
Wait, do we know who got cut though? Who?
You must know who it is. It was during Super Bowl week, and he was supposed to be in studio.
You tell it or else.
And he was on the phone, and David Spade is the one that let the cat out of the bag when he made a reference to a video, and we were all like, what are you talking about?
And he's on the cutting room floor?
He sent something, and it wasn't playing at first, and I went to give a shout-out to Alan Guzzi, Mr. Technical Wizard. He couldn't figure out a way to play it. I had to go back to David Spade saying, whatever format you put it on, well, we can't even see it. If you don't mind, could you do it one more time? But the second one was he was in some dark room, like at a club or something, and he referred to Jordan as Jonathan or Jason, so he had the name wrong.
Oh, we gotta see it. Can we see that one?
If I could open it, I'll try to find it. But I feel bad. The one that let the cat out of the bag and made you all realize, wait, Fritzie's working on some video. That's the one that it was just not.
That's so classic. put a bow on it.
Yeah, I wish we could have used it, but it was just not possible.
Well, there was some great video from the bar mitzvah, and one of our favorite clips is Fritzy up there in that chair. Seton, who would you say that he was more uncomfortable on that chair or on that bull in Dallas?
Great question.
Oh boy, you know it immediately brought me back to that bull in Dallas because I knew the reason Todd was making that face was mostly because of all of his hernias that he's currently had and had since then. I don't believe he's gotten them taken care of. But it definitely had shades of that because he was definitely super. His face, he was like this.
I felt I had a little
up there, and it's supposed to be a fun moment.
I felt I had a little more control at the party because I can say, because they're like friends and family.
They can't hear
in
you.
The chair. It was very loud in there, but I was hoping I could somehow feel like, I'm dealing with a mechanical bull and Tony Siragusa. I think I have a better chance of telling Uncle Fred, hey guys, can you put me down? I had enough of this. Than being on this machine that I have no control over getting off until it stops.
I watched the video a couple times of the chair thing. It doesn't seem like that traumatic of an experience to be lifted like this.
I think
slowly by old gentlemen in a chair.
What bothered me the first few seconds, though, that I felt at least I felt what was like a big tilt to the left.
Well, there was a big tilt to the left. They had a little trouble with liftoff.
And that led me to that almost led to a panic attack of like I'm just gonna go flying.
And they called over like Uncle Fred was like this. Let's go, guys! Like bring him in. We need a few hands.
And that's
here.
with a 30-pound loss.
What if this were a year ago? What would have happened? Do you think?
So there would have been some other people would have been sharing some time on the operating table with getting their hernias fixed as well, and that would have been a disaster. That would have required. And there's only 4 legs to the chair, so it's not like if you're dealing with someone that's got some weight to them, and you really only have these 4 sticks to work with, and everyone's trying to do that. It's a very hard thing to pick someone up in a chair.
This is a somewhat serious question. Has anyone ever invented a bar mitzvah chair, like a chair specifically for Jewish celebrations?
Not that I'm aware of.
Where
You should
that
go to
would be
LegalZoom.
have like grips on it and have like a sturdy cupped base for your backside.
That would be a lot smarter. Or
I think this would
something
sell.
wider where people can get around.
Well, the problem
really
I feel like the grip isn't there. It's just
not strong
that
enough.
skinny hole. Yeah, but if you had something that like clipped to the bottom that came out more like a, like. I don't know. They
Something
used to do
with
them
like a bus driver seat where it had a little give to it, like a have a bounce to a spring
Yeah,
loaded.
because having everyone in a little crowded trying to grab hold of these like 4
I wish we had that
legs
video.
is just not.
Well, the great thing is, you said you couldn't hear the audio on that, but thanks to all the technology we have our hands on, we have been able to focus on the audio. Let's take a look.
Awesome.
Okay, I have a hernia. Okay. All right, that's it. It's okay, you guys gotta stop, seriously. Okay, we gotta stop here. I just seriously have a hernia. Oh, jeez.
I'm shocked that audio exists so clear. I thought I was kind of murmuring to myself, or just the people in the immediate circle holding me up in the chair. I'm being, we're used to wearing mics here and everything, but at the party, I thought, because I remember saying at one point, I think I'm going to throw up, and I just wanted it to be over as much as of a happy occasion as it was, and I knew
Brock,
they were going to be picking me up in a
do
chair.
me a favor. I'm sorry. Can you play that one more time? We want to hear the audio.
We would be happy to do that. Here it is.
Okay, I have a hernia.
What do you notice about this audio?
Okay. All right, that's it.
Oh, is that
It's okay, you guys gotta stop, seriously. Okay.
All right, you got me.
Okay, we gotta stop here.
Once again.
I just seriously have a
I
hernia.
don't remember referring to my hernia. I know I said I think I'm going to throw up there, so I'm a little slow for a change.
So you realize what that audio is from?
I didn't realize that was dubbed in. I'm like, how could you get such clear audio?
how did we get rid of all the music that was playing in the background?
You know what? You guys have your ways. You guys are very
And
talented.
how did you manage to say exactly the same thing in both occasions? Amazing.
You have some skills.
Weird, wacky stuff.
I listened to that during the show and now, and I thought that was like, did I say that? And wow, I don't understand how they picked up the microphone.
Yeah, he was.
And got rid of all the
locked up
ambient
there.
sound.
All right, well, coming up, the guys are getting ready for the baseball postseason. Hey, you know what? I'm going to select on my roster for fantasy draft. Yeah, it's going to be the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel coming out of the bullpen, painting the corners like a Rembrandt. We love them. Every truck can tow a boat, haul, trailer. Not everybody has the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the roads. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. We are back here on the box score. The MLB Playoff start on Tuesday, and the quest to get to the World Series is underway. McLovin, which World Series matchup are you rooting for the most?
Ooh. I mean, Cubs for one, Cubs for sure, because that would be such drama. Just it'd be fun to have someone in the studio cringing on a nightly basis. I mean, I know Seaton's a Yankees fan, but since his Red Sox are out of it, I don't think he's so into it. Your Houston Astros.
I'd like to see Houston.
You do not get to stay on that bandwagon.
Not really, because I can only name the Astros from the mid-'80s.
We know. You've done it, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I would have to say Cubs, Yankees because of the little inner office potential. Although, Seaton, you're not a Yankees fan, like, I don't know, but you're a White Sox fan.
I don't want to be a poser here. I'm a Cubs fan, but I'm not hardcore where I watch 162 anymore, but I grew up a Cubs fan. My family was. My emotion about the Cubs is much more about the other fans who are hardcore and go to lots of games a year and the history of the Cubs fans and the franchise. But I'm also a little nervous about the possibility of the Cubs winning the World Series. They'll probably be out 3 days from now. But like, what if that brand? Remember when the brand changed of the Red Sox?
Right.
They're no longer the Red Sox. What is the Red Sox image now? What will the Red Sox? If the Cubs happen to win a World Series, and we're a long way away from it, what would that image change to be?
Well, that's why, like, I think that I've said it a billion times, but the Cubs winning the World Series is like the last story in sports that you really look forward to, you know, because other than that, what's after that where you're like, oh man, when this happens, it's going to be crazy.
And with this group,
there's none of that.
Do we care about Toronto, Texas, St. Louis, Kansas City, Pittsburgh?
No.
I would think it's all about Chicago, New York.
I think Pittsburgh has a nice storyline because of their history and they've been in the past couple of years, but not monstrous.
But you know, but you want your Mets and your Dodgers and your Cubs for sure. Yankees, those are the
Cubs,
two
Yankees
teams.
would be fun.
I gotta be honest, I have not heard you mention the Yankees in a long time. I feel it's weird. What are the Patriots more important to you than the Yankees, though?
Well, this year certainly. I mean, this year I had like a great story to get behind. You know, like, what am I going to be like? Hey, look at A-Rod. This is going to be awesome, huh?
Well, what if they go on and have success here?
Okay, cool. Well, the Yankees, once they're all gone, you know, that core group of guys is gone. And after so long of sort of talking about it, I think that it does sort of wear you down a bit. Where I mean, you're not really a fan of anyone. Paul's sort of a fan of the Cubs, sort of a fan of the Bears, sort of a fan. You couldn't care less about sports. Paulie, Fritzy, you really couldn't care less about anything.
I care more about my FanDuel team than any given team. Like, you know, or like my fantasy team, that if they won the title, then we're talking.
Well, Paulie, back to your Cubbies. What type of calamity do you see falling upon them now that they are in the playoffs?
Probably. Now, here's the easy calamity. They get knocked out one game, what is it, Wednesday night?
Yep. And
they're out. And it would be like pulling a rug out from under someone really early in a party. But what was much more likely with the Cubs is as they're at the precipice of going to the World Series, a World Series that we could maybe go to or one of us could attend. Then they would have the rug pulled out from under them. The last two playoffs, they got swept in round 1 3-0. So there's no time to get invested.
I want nothing more than to go to a Cubs World Series.
Can I make a prediction? I make a prediction then. Paulie, Dan will say, Paulie, we may have tickets for Game 7 of the regular league. The Cubs will lose, and Dan said, we had you tickets. He will finalize the possibility.
Oh, yeah, they get swept. And
Dan will look back and have had you tickets guaranteed.
One game shot.
But they will not be guaranteed until the Cubs lose.
Somehow the Cubs and I will get screwed simultaneously.
Definitely.
Fingers crossed. Hey, Seaton, the Red Sox broke their curse in 2004, but have won 2 since then. Do you think the Cubs, if they won it all this year, would be able to win multiple titles following that?
Yeah, I do. They're certainly trending upwards, as they say, and they've got a good group of people in place there. So there's no reason why, regardless of what happens this year, that they shouldn't be great next year, but hopefully even better.
And especially once you get that first one, you don't have that pressure of 100 years.
Got to get one before you can get 2.
So funny. A good group of people, former Red Sox execs, your team. It's weird. It's just weird.
It is just weird, wacky stuff. All right, stick around into the mock headline battle royale next. Stay with us. We are back here on the box score. Guys, the weekend has come to an end, and while you were off celebrating Jordan Fritz's bar mitzvah, I'm sure Paulie was sneaking off to the side, checking out scores and headlines, which may give him a decided advantage in something we like to call
Mock Headline Battle Royale.
Our first headline, Nationals' Max Scherzer throws his second no-hitter on the season. Fritzy, start us off.
No, yes, yes. Another max effort for hapless Nats. Scherzer, why not?
The crowd loves it.
Coming in strong.
Mick love it.
Mad Max. You see, that's a good start. It's not bad.
Yeah,
but now I need to follow it up with something.
What would he be mad about?
Scherzer upset his team didn't let him.
Oh, he's just.
Well, you got a preemptive boo. They didn't even let you finish that.
You know what? I don't want to fish it up. Forget it. The world doesn't get to hear it because of this trigger-happy graphics guy.
Say Scherzer.
Jerks.
All right, Paulie, your headline.
No, yes, yes.
I want to tell you, Brock, that Seat and I were too busy working on lunch to work on our headline, so we've teamed up.
Fantastic.
And he will take the first one, I'll take 2 and 3, and he'll take 4.
I also need to let you know that I realized that Max Scherzer, his no-hitter nor has nothing to do with Philadelphia, nor does really Max Scherzer have anything to do with Philadelphia since he plays for the Nationals. But I went with this anyway. Filibuster. Congress isn't the only thing shutting down in Washington.
Boom.
Boom. It could be like national season's over. It could be like he had a no-hitter, so shut down the other team. It goes with multiple levels here.
All right, so I guess they both score lightly for that.
Congressional shutdown.
Headline number 2. Leonard Fournette becomes the first player in SEC history to have 3 straight 200-yard rushing games. Paulie, I guess you're representing both of you, so what do you have?
LSU in trouble if you try to tackle Leonard Fournette.
Yes.
Fine effort on the tag team there.
Don't feel McLovin back.
McLovin, can you come back?
Fournette, more like Bornet. We've seen you're able to rush for 200 yards. Why don't you try and get some receiving yards now, Leonard? That's a hot take right there.
Yeah.
Bornet.
Hashtag edgy. Fritzy.
I went with Leonard 3-net off his 3 straight 200-yard rushing games. Leonard 3-net, Eastern Michigan, unable to hold that tiger.
Hold the Tigers.
Hold that Tiger's all right.
That's okay.
Catch a tiger by the...
Yeah, tiger by the tail. That's Buck
Hold that
Owens.
tiger came up many
Buck
times.
at Bakersfield.
Yeah.
All right, third headline. Kobe Bryant returns to the floor as the Lakers lose preseason opener to the Jazz. McLovin, take it away.
All that jazz. Utah sends messages. They're not to be messed with this preseason.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
That's jazz hands.
These are spirit fingers.
Can anyone here name one guy on the Jazz?
All right, Bob Fosse. Fritzy, your headline.
Purple and old. He's no spring chicken, but good to see Kobe flapping his wings.
Well, an old use from the mock headline battle royale years ago.
2006.
Wow, he's going to do the video for you, and you're going to cut him down like that. I believe it's Paulie.
There is more jazz in Utah than there is life in Kobe's game.
Oh, snap.
What?
Wow. You're lucky you got that video before Paul's headline. You would have never watched it.
Our fourth and final headline. Drew Brees throws game-winning touchdown in overtime to beat the Cowboys, the 400th of his career. Seaton.
Again, this one might not actually be factually even remotely correct, but Drew Brees, his 400th. Mardi Gras. Schottenheimer really called that one, huh?
Boom.
I don't know. Did Marty Schottenheimer get rid of Drew Brees? I'm not really sure. But I know that at some point they crossed paths there. So they went, because he threw a lot of touchdowns now, so he went with the wrong guy.
Yes, he's
Never got the job.
Phillip Rivers, who is Fritzy's favorite quarterback.
Rivers is really struggling, too.
So.
Just give us our belt.
Beignet couldn't have drew up milestone TD any better.
I'm hungry.
Brock doesn't even get it. He's laughing.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
I love donuts.
All right, Drew Brees throws game-winning touchdown to CJ. Spill the wine.
Oh my God.
All right. Today's mock headline champion is Todd Fritz with beignet.
Thank you. Oh,
That's what's the good about
good beignet.
Hard weekend?
That is weak.
Dumont Cafe.
You should
All
be
right.
better than that,
Don't go away. Paulie's night got super wacky after the bar mitzvah. We will cover that. But first, it's the box score, and we are taking a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. And it wasn't in Todd Fritz's video, but now it says to you, God's glory, Ram Mazel Tov, Jordan.
So as we're going around the house later in the evening, as people are starting to get a little loose, walked into this room. It's a grainy photograph photograph, Dan. It's taken with a cell phone.
What's going on there?
That is a pole.
Stripper pole?
I didn't say that. It got a little racy late night at this party. Now, let me ask you something. Here's the etiquette
I
question.
should have left my party early.
Wow, welcome back to the box score. Paul Papp's a wild man, or at least he hangs out with these people. What type of shenanigans went on over at this party?
Kind of exactly what I said. It was a big party. It was a bunch of couples in their late 30s, early 40s, and it's a house that my friend of ours just bought not too long ago, so we hadn't seen the whole house. And as we're late night strolling downstairs, I just heard thumping and bumping in this room. I was like, that's kind of odd. Is there another party going on? After hours, VIP room? And I walk in, there's 4 girls' wives working the stripper pole. I was like, fantastic. I mean, this is, yeah. I mean, wow. They were taking turns to see who could do the best. And I was like, I'm not going to leave. I mean, I can't lie to you. It was fantastic.
I'm going to say these all sound like second marriages to me. Fritz, if you're at a party at a friend's house like this and they break out the stripper pole, what do you do?
I probably see how many singles I have in my pocket. I would not have a problem with that. You got to be respectful. It's people's wives, especially if they're friends of yours. You can't be making comments. But would I make it rain or at least drizzle at some point? I'd probably get involved with that.
Who would have been the best dancer on the pole from the bar mitzvah, would you say?
Oh, among my wife's friends, I have to say my wife. I think I'm most attracted to her.
That is by far the best answer you've given in the history of your time working on this show.
But a close
with
second?
any topic.
Should I mention a close second?
No, I think you should
Just
stop
leave it
because
there.
that's the best you've ever done. Okay. And with what your wife put together this weekend,
You're right.
you should say congratulations.
Yeah, that was a trick question.
I totally disagree with you, by the way.
Oh, you like Abby?
No, I like my wife.
Okay, there you go.
All right, well, let's end it on that solid note for Todd.
I agree with Todd. I like his wife.
Very nice. Jen is a saint.
Todd had the right answer. His wife would be great on that.
Now again somewhere.
All right.
Now we're opening up a little bit.
Oh, very nice. All right, Todd, who's on tomorrow?
Doesn't feel good.
We have Bears running back Matt Forte joining us after their big first win of the season against Oakland. And Dennis Eckersley will join us. Hall of Famer, MLB on TBS analyst will be part of the Tuesday show as we get ready for the wild card games.
Fantastic. All right, give it up for Jen on stage 2. This is The Box Score. We're back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Podcast available on iTunes or podcast1.com. Again, Mazel Tov, Jordan.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!